Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the family. You're gonna love it here. So today I've been posting on YouTube for 4 years and I have never done a get to know me video. I'm gonna admit I did film a few in the past, but I never uploaded them. I don't know, I was just like, they don't really need to know all that. Like, do they even care to know? Like, they want to hear about these properties. But today I'm gonna be doing a get to know me. So just gonna tell you a little bit about myself. So I was born in West Africa. I was born in Bamako, Mali, in the capital, which is Bamako. Born there, came to the US when I was 6 months old. So I literally learned how to crawl, walk, talk here in the US. That's why I speak both fluently. I really had a hard upbringing when I was younger, just getting raised in New York, which is why I made a lot of the decisions that I made now, like not raising my kids in New York, because as a child I got bullied a lot in elementary and junior high school. I had a lot of fights throughout my little school years. So that was really tough for me, and which is why I always told myself I'm never raising my kids in New York. So when I was 15, I had a really bad fight. It was to the point where I was having so many fights. School would end the following day, summer break comes, the following day I'm on a flight to Africa for the whole summer. I leave in June, I come back 2 days before school starts. I'm June and I'm coming back on September. That's how bad it was. I didn't really get along with the American girls. They really picked on me all the time. It was so bad to the point where I remember PS 36 in Harlem, my elementary school, the principal put me in the class with the bilingual students. Those were the only kids I got along with, because people would make fun of me. People would call me out of my name, even though I feel like I was fresh. My mom had a hair salon, so my hair was always done, and I would be wearing nice clothes. But some people just don't like that. They you in our country and you drippity we don't like you. So I never really had a clique. They would make fun of me, and my older brother, he came here when he was a teenager. So when he came, he didn't really speak English, so he had a really hard upbringing. He was always getting jumped and stuff like that. So when I was seeing that as a young girl, I was like, oh, that could never be me. That could never be me. So I already had trained myself, I'm never gonna let no one bully me. So by the time it's my turn, I'm going through school and everyone's picking on me, I was ready to fight. I was fighting all the time. You had something to say, I'm like, okay, just meet me outside. So I was always fighting. When I was 15, I had a fight with this girl that I didn't even know. She had something to say and I was like, no problem. I was in the park, went home, changed, came back to the scene, and we fought. And that was the era. This was 2005, I think. Yeah, so 20 years ago. I think it was 2005. It was when I was 15. Yeah. So, and I had a fight. I was in the ICU for 3 days because she cut me with a razor blade. So I don't know. In some of my videos, you might see that I have some scars. So that's a scar right there. And then I have a really bad scar here. So that's where I got those scars from. And then it was to the point where after that fight, seeing my parents cry in the hospital, seeing my mom, seeing the doctor tell my mom she might not be able to make it, say goodbye as they're rolling me into the surgery room in Harlem Hospital, seeing my grown dad crying, I was just like, oh, I'm never doing this again. Because even though I didn't start those fights, I didn't have to always give in. So just seeing my parents heartbroken like that, I was like, I'm never fighting again. So that's when I really started to take shit a little bit more seriously. I went to Georgian Court University, so I graduated back in 2011. I got my bachelor's in business administration. I always knew that I wanted to do business because my mom owns a hair salon, like I said, and now she owns a boutique. And then I just come from a family of entrepreneurs. So as I was young, sometimes I would travel with my mom. We would go to Paris together, get purses and goods for her store. So I was exposed to all of that at a really young age. In college, that was my very first time going to Dubai, I believe 2009, 2010-ish. And I went with my mom and we would go get these goods. So I would see her negotiating and I would start to negotiate with the locals and then deal with customs once we come back into the US, and then see her sell these items and I would model the items. So that's really where I get my entrepreneur spirit, just seeing my mom and see how flexible she is, how she could just catch a flight anytime she wants. And I was just like, yeah, I think I want something like that. So graduated in 2011, couldn't find a job to save my life. I was a hostess at a restaurant for a few months. I was a personal assistant to a nutritionist for a few months. And then I got a job I worked as a temp agency, but then I got a job at Mercedes-Benz in Manhattan. So I was there for 5 years. And then from there, I went to Hilton. And I was at Hilton for 8 years. As of last year, June, I'm no longer with the company. So like, I'm a full-time, like, feel me? But like working for these luxurious brands, I got to work with like celebrities, just seeing celebrities come into the dealership, helping them with these cars, you know, helping the salesperson with them. It did open my eyes to a lot. So I am really thankful for working for corporate America, because even though we all bash our 9-to-5s, it's like you learn a lot of skills, a lot of people skills, sales skills, client retention, how to deal with a customer, how to deal with like unhappy customers. So I learned a lot of that within that and implemented that in my business. Working for Hilton, I would see how they would design the hotels. I would see what customers would like, what customers would rave about, and what customers really didn't like. And I implemented that in my Airbnb business. Like when I was working at Hilton, I never knew I was gonna go into real estate. So I bought my primary residence back in 2017 at 26. I was 26 at the time. I just had my daughter. I have 4 kids. I have a son, a daughter, and I have twin daughters. So I had just had my daughter, and I wanted to really buy my house before my maternity leave was complete. So I bought this house at 26. And I got married really young. I got married when I was 23. So I've been married for 12 years. I'm not having no more kids. Done there. And then it's not until after I bought this house. So, you know, like when you buy your first house, you really don't have that much information. Like I just hit up a realtor that sold a house to my cousin that lives lives not too far from me, and the realtor kind of walks you through everything. Like you use their lenders and all that. So that when I bought this house, I started to learn about real estate. I started to listen to Bigger Pockets podcast, because now I got a longer commute, because I'm driving to the bus stop, take the bus to Port Authority, walk to work, or take the train to work. So now I have like an hour commute each way, and I started listening to podcasts, and that's what really got me thinking about real estate. So that was in 2017. I really wanted to pull the trigger in 2018, like a year later. Then I found out I had twins. And if you know, like I really like to just soak up as much information as possible. So when I found out I was pregnant with the twins, I swapped all the real estate books for what do they call it? Multiple pregnancy books. They call it like multiple pregnancy, something like that. Like if you're having one baby, that's called a singleton pregnancy, and if you're having like multiple babies, which is twins, quadruplets, triplets, that's called a multiple pregnancy, I think. So then I started just like reading all those type of books. So I definitely like forgot about the real estate. And then I had my babies in 2019, twins, and then from there I stayed with them throughout the year. And then right when I was supposed to go back to work, I think I was supposed to go back to work like February of 2020, everything shut down. So honestly, I was really thankful, because with my son, I had 12 weeks maternity leave. With my daughter, I had 12 weeks maternity leave with moving as well, because I literally closed just a few days before my maternity leave was done. So I had like a newborn, went back to work, and I wasn't remote at the time. So it's not up until I had the twins where I got a chance to actually spend like 2.5 years with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like from having them, not having to rush back to work. So I was really thankful for that time, even though it was a devastating time. And then within that time, I started to, I was just like, oh, because I've been off for like 1.5 years. So I'm like, I need to go back to work. And now the country is like shut down. And these unemployment furlough checks was not hitting it. I learned that you can use your 401k and you could like liquidate it and stuff like that. So I did that back in 2020, and then that's when I bought my first real estate investment property, and the rest is history. It's all on my channel from there. So really, really passionate about real estate, because as a mom, you always, and then like I feel like the pandemic just had me thinking like, okay, so if my job was to let me go today, you telling me like I don't have no other source of income. It was really a wake-up call for me. And instead of just sitting there, I was just like, okay, I read enough books, I listened to enough podcasts, now it's time for me to take action. And then when they removed some of those penalties from the 401k during the pandemic for anyone who was affected, so I was on furlough, so I was definitely like affected by it. They removed some of the penalties, so I feel like all the penalties together was like 30%. They reduced it to 10%. I was like, okay, this is my sign. Take this money and invest it in this property. And I did it. I went with my gut, and it actually ended up working out. So you guys know what happened from there. Like, I started documenting the whole journey. That's kind of my story. I have a nonprofit organization in Mali, my home country. So we have kids, we have a student center. We help them with like after school, help them like graduate high school, graduate junior high school. We have like a summer camp, so they're involved with like extracurricular activities, book bag program. I'll put the website here so you could go read about that there. Go check it out. We're really doing some good things with our kids, and we also donate 3 water drillings a year every year to like villages that literally have no access to water. Fighting all the time, my mom would send me to Africa every year, and that really made me bond with my family over there. So that's how I'm fluent in Bambara and also fluent in English. Like when I go back home and I'm talking to people, they're like, it doesn't even, like, you don't even have an accent. And the same thing here, like when I'm talking to people, they're like, oh, you don't even have an accent. So I get that both ways. But yeah, I got to see like how unfortunate the majority of people's lives are over there, and it just put something in me like I really want to make a difference. And then also being exposed to that at such a young age, even though here I was fighting, I wasn't getting along with people, but being exposed to that, because I would go there for the summers and I would see like how some of my cousins would get married as a teenager, and just how like their lives are different here, different from like our everyday life, and how they don't have access to some of the things that we take for granted. It really put a battery in my back, like, okay, I'm really gonna do something with myself. So that's why I always knew I wanted to be like my own business owner. Like I went to school to get my bachelor's in business, but I never really knew what I wanted to do with myself. Until this day, it's like I just would get a new idea every day. If I really had the means to create all the businesses, I'd have probably had 100 businesses by now, which is, I don't really think is a good thing. I feel like you should focus on one thing, scale that up, build a team that can like automate that for you, and then move on to the next thing. But I really just be having a million ideas come at me at once. I love to travel, so I've been to Dubai, I've been to Egypt as of recently, China as of recently. I'm actually gonna upload a China vlog. Where else? I've been to a few countries, but like Dubai is a country like I visit very often. And then I go to Africa every year for the nonprofit. I have 4 siblings on my dad's side, and I have 3 siblings on my mom's side. But for my parents, I'm the second child. So I have an older brother, and then it's me, and then got little siblings. So you already know, being the first daughter in a family can be a lot of pressure on you, especially when you have all these younger sisters. But just being the first daughter overall could just put a lot of pressure on you. But anyway, I think that's about it. Like, I'm passionate about real estate. I'm passionate about anything that brings me a source of income that's like passive or semi-passive, because at the end of the day, I want to spend as much time with my family, with my kids. So that is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And I love to document the journey here on this channel. And we are almost to 4,000 subscribers. The goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by June. But the real goal, I didn't even tell y'all the real goal. The real goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So like I said, I'm going to commit to giving y'all 2 videos a week. I'm thinking about doing like a 30-day challenge where I upload every day. Maybe start off with a 1-week challenge, let me know. But I do wanna also, like, just to go over some of my goals for this year, I do wanna also upload other kind of content, because I'm not just about real estate. Like, I'm a mom of 4, so I have a lot going on there with my kids. You know, I'm a wife. And then I love fashion. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like when I go to weddings and stuff, like I really like to do the most. So I want to upload more kind of content like that on this channel. So look forward to that, look into that. But I want to do like more like a 360 of Miriam Dow, not just like Miriam Dow, the businesswoman, like 360 Miriam Dow, like Miriam Dow, the mom, Miriam Dow, the fashionista, Miriam Dow, like the everyday Miriam Dow, the daughter Miriam Dow, just day in the life stuff. So I'm definitely gonna be uploading more content like that. So don't get surprised when you start to see stuff like that, like, oh, this is not business. Like, cause at the end of the day, we are not just about to be business bound 24/7. Like, we can't just be serious all the time. So some of my goals for this year, like I said, I wanna get to 10,000 subscribers by the middle of this year, and I definitely want to get to 100,000 subscribers. So with that being said, I'm going to be committing to giving you guys at least 2 videos a week, and I might do like a 30-day thon. I'm going to start doing giveaways. So I'm going to do my first giveaway this month. I'm going to give away my I have a ebook, Profitable Paradises, that gives you all the information you need to start your Airbnb business and also to scale your Airbnb business. So we'll be giving that away to 1 lucky subscriber. In order to enter the giveaway, you have to follow me on Instagram. You have to follow me on TikTok. I don't know if we're gonna have a TikTok, but you gotta follow me on Instagram. You gotta follow me on TikTok. Show me proof. And then you have to comment in the video. Leave a comment in the video, and you need to share the video. So send me a message on Instagram, you know, showing me that you did that, and I will announce the winner of the Profitable Paradises ebook. I currently have it for sale for $39.99, but it's worth way more than that because this is 4 years of experience, and I put it all in there. I even gave you some contacts like my photographer and stuff like that. So this is my baby. It took me months to work on it, so I'm really proud of the final product. So I will be giving that away. I'll do 1 giveaway a month. I will announce the winner in 2 weeks, which is January 30th, which is the last Thursday. That'll be the last video that I upload for the month of January. The goal of mine is to read 52 books this year. So I had this goal last year and I flopped badly, but Audible has been helping me a lot. So I read a book a week and I listen to it. So like I'm eliminating music. So like in the car I'm listening to it, at the gym I'm listening to it. So like I usually go through 1 book a week. Just wanted to give you a little backstory about Miriam, why I do what I do, why I go so hard, and I hope you guys feel like you got to know me a little bit better. And tell me what kind of videos you like. Do you guys like that I want to upload like more lifestyle content here? Please subscribe to the channel. Help me get to my goal. Help me get to 10,000 subscribers. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Tell me some of your goals in the comment section down below. Again, I do have an ebook, Profitable Paradises. So if you would like to enter to get the giveaway, make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video, and leave a comment and send me like screenshots of this on Instagram. And I'll let you know on January 30th who is the winner. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.